Hey there, indie wrestling fans. Brian Zane here. It's Tuesday, October 10th, and in association with Powerbomb.tv, it's time for This Week in Independent Wrestling. Well, for the second time in a month, a Canadian upstart league with big dreams may be over with before it begins. Canuck Pro, which announced several shows across Canada months ago, has effectively vanished from the scene overnight. The promotion's first event was scheduled to be held on October 21st in Calgary with a heavy focus on Ring of Honor talent. But last week, BJ Whitmer publicly addressed the situation after failing to receive any travel information. In a statement, he said, quote, "This company is nothing more than a fantasy fed that never planned on running one event. To the talents that have been booked by this guy, I hope you got a deposit. To the few fans who have already purchased tickets to the event, I hope you're able to get your money refunded." End quote. At the time of this recording, Canuck Pro's Twitter account has laid dormant for more than a week, and though no official announcements have been made, virtually every wrestler scheduled for a Canuck Pro event has publicly pulled out. Fans who have already purchased tickets to scheduled Canuck Pro events may be able to file claims to their credit card companies, and those who purchased tickets to their first event scheduled for Calgary can report relevant info to the Calgary Police Department. WXW's huge World Tag League tournament wrapped up this weekend in Oberhausen, Germany. The massive week for the promotion began on the 5th with the Inner Circle 4 event and wrapped up on Sunday the 8th when the team of Ringkampf, Timothy Thatcher and Walter, defeated Massive Product, David Starr and Jurgen Simmons in the finals to win the tournament and become the new WXW Tag Team Champions. The weekend also included a fan expo, 6 shows, and the 2017 WXW Femme Fatales tournament that saw Toni Storm defeat Viper in the final. AAW returned to the Knights of Columbus Hall in LaSalle, Illinois this past Saturday for Seize the Day. The event saw Candice LeRae and Rachel Ellering advance in the AAW Women's Title Tournament and featured a main event of Rey Fenix successfully defending the AAW Championship by defeating his brother, Penta El Zero M. And speaking of AAW, their second annual Jim Lynam Memorial Tournament takes place this Friday and Saturday night, October 13th and 14th at the Berwyn Eagles Club in the Chicago area. Well, the Evolve 94 and 95 are taking place this weekend, and both will be airing on WWN Live. Evolve 94 in Queens, New York will see WWN champion Matt Riddle defending against Keith Lee in a last man standing match, while Evolve 95 in East Haven, Connecticut will feature Riddle versus Fred Yehi and Darby Allin versus Keith Lee in a first-time matchup. And speaking of Evolve, a big announcement on Monday should put any rumors of the company's impending doom to bed. Ever since WWN split with the digital streaming service FlowSlam 2 weeks ago, rumors have been swirling about the future of Evolve, and the branding for this weekend's events only added fuel to the fire, as the promotion put out cryptic videos and graphics suggesting that it would be the end of the company. But with the announcement of Evolve's schedule during WrestleMania weekend in New Orleans, those rumors may be exaggerated. It was announced Monday that Evolve would be running a show Thursday, April 5th, and on Friday, April 6th. The WWN Super Show is scheduled for the 6th as well. CWF Mid-Atlantic returns to the Sportatorium in Gibsonville, North Carolina this Saturday for their annual CWF Rumble. The champion Trevor Lee, who has held the belt for over 18 months, will defend his title in a 30-man Battle Royal main event. The weekend will also see the first ever CWF FanCon event, which begins on Friday. Contact @FanConCWF on Twitter for details on how you can be a part of the festivities. A former Impact Wrestling star is already back on the independent circuit. Eddie Kingston announced last week he would not be re-signing with Impact and is now accepting bookings for independent wrestling events. Already confirmed for October 22nd, Kingston has requested an open mic at Powerbomb.tv's Futures event, which will feature the crowning of the first ever touring independent champion. Glory Pro returns to Alton, Illinois this Sunday for Something Wicked. The huge card features the besties in the world versus the Lucha Brothers, Kurt Stallion versus Paco Gonzalez versus Mark Haskins to establish a #1 contender for the Crown of Glory Championship, Glory Pro Tag Champions Michael Elgin and Everett Connors defending their titles against the Boys from Jollyville and #NoNewFriends, and Myron Reed defending the Crown of Glory title against Jake Something. Former WWE superstar Jack Swagger made a big impact in his All-Pro Wrestling debut in California this past Saturday. After defeating Luster the Legend in singles action, the All-American later challenged Universal Champion Jeff Cobb to a title match next month at the Cow Palace. The Clash at the Cow Palace on November 10th will also feature Mike Elgin, Colt Cabana, Joey Ryan, Brian Cage, and a Lucha Legacy Tag Team match where Rey Fenix and Penta El Zero M will go against Rey Mysterio and Juventud Guerrera. And finally, Anarchy Wrestling out of Cornelia, Georgia is sending their Triple Crown champion Gunnar Miller on the road for a huge weekend at the end of the month. It was announced this week that Miller will defend that championship against Tim Donst at Nova Pro Wrestling on October 27th and Kevin Lee Davidson at Southern Underground Pro in Nashville on the 29th. In between those two shows is a defense against former champion Jacob Ashworth in a cage match at Anarchy Wrestling's Fright Night, which will be available on demand on Powerbomb.tv. Got any tips on indie wrestling news, upcoming shows and results? Send them our way via direct message at facebook.com/independentwrestling. And of course, if you want to try out Powerbomb.tv, use the promo code BrianSentMe and get your first 20 days of the streaming service absolutely free. I'm Brian Zane, and I'll see you next time.